Hey there, it's the Aldos. You've got Mike,
And Michelle.
and we're coming at you live right now for TVM Live Thursday night, the Video Matrix. We are on it tonight, and we're bringing to you tonight, the pains of where people are with video and where they want to go, the fears that they want to turn into power, and literally, where is video going? We hear that video is important. You got to do video. Why should you do video? So stick around with us tonight until the end of this broadcast. We are going to really be unleashing some new things to you, and we're going to be going over a few other things that we have coming up on this page that you're watching. Down below, you can actually get access to our Facebook group. Take action on that after this hangout. Make sure you stay here. Lock your eyes in. Cut out all distractions, because we're literally just going to be jamming and moving forward with a good vibration. That's one thing we aim to do, is bring our best stuff. So stay tuned, get a pen, paper, a drink, what have you, and be ready to learn, because we're going to teach you how you can actually overcome your fears about video and things that you might think are in your way, and what it's going to take for you to blast past those. So I'm going to turn it over to you, baby.
Well, you know what? It's the blasting past fear. And it's really what is that? What is the blasting past fear? What is so fearful about getting in front of the camera? We have to ask ourselves, what is that? Why is it that we can conversate with people, we can talk in a crowd, we can talk to a group of people, maybe you're comfortable doing that, maybe not, but let's just say you're able to just talk to people. But what makes it so different when you turn the camera on yourself? And really, at the end of the day, what it narrows down to, we talked about fear. It narrows down to fear. But what is that fear? That fear is looking yourself, your truth, and your story in the face. And the idea of even sharing that story, your truth, your face, your voice, all those things you don't like about yourself. For many of us, you're not alone, by the way. You're not alone. I was there too. When you're in that place where you get scared and you face yourself, like that's what it is. You're facing yourself, and you only have you to share. And then when you go to share it, what makes us want to hesitate? Is it how we look? Is it how we sound? Or is it possibly the fear of being judged, perhaps by our own stories? And you know what? Mike and I know very well what that is like. If you only knew, and perhaps we'll get into that story tonight, of where our story begins. Like my personal story video begins with literally sweaty palms, the voice that doesn't even want to talk. Like I go to talk, and it's like you're just gonna cry. Have you ever had that? Like you don't even know what's happening. Like you want to speak, and you're excited, but you're nervous, and then all of a sudden your body physically, it doesn't allow you to speak. And I've been there where I've been like, and you're just trying to catch a breath, and then there's like a lump in your throat, and then you just feel this little. You feel so little because you feel so embarrassed by not being in control of these physical things that happen to us. I personally know that because I was there. I've been that person that you put me in the face of, like, for me, it's always been authority, like a police officer, a principal, a doctor, a lawyer,
a boss,
a teacher, all those, and it possibly comes down to things that happened to me when I was younger. And chances are some of those same things that you have pretty much come down to when you were younger too. And that there is subconscious programming that happens. And once it happens, once like you get that little voice in your head, you're a little kid, and someone went to go hand you, like, you saw someone with a bunch of money. Like I remember this like it was yesterday. Just someone had tons of money, $100 bill. Remember, just $100 bill was all it took. Heck, a 20 was all it took when you're like 5 to hold. And the value of that money, you're like, oh, look at this money. I'm holding money. And all of a sudden, what if someone comes at you and says, give me that money. You're not old enough to hold that money. You're not responsible to care for that kind of money. And then you're like, and then that feeling of holding that goes away. And you're like, oh, well. And what happens in that moment? A feeling happens of, oh, this is so cool, holding all this money, and then give that to me. That's for adults. That's not for children. And then you're like, oh, and then something happens to that feeling of excitement. It ends up getting squashed by by someone else's judgment of what you're capable of doing. And then your subconscious mind takes your capability and creates it for you. It says, you are not capable. You are not capable to hold that money. Not right now, son. Not right now, daughter. You're not capable of holding that. But guess what? Your subconscious mind does not know if you are 5 years old or 55 years old. All of a sudden, you're 55 years old and you're still having money. Maybe it goes in your bank account and then it's gone. And you're like, what's happening with my money? You don't even know. You're struggling. You're working. You're doing all these things, but what you don't really know is it goes back to that subconscious programming from one moment in time, and it stays with you forever. And here at the Video Matrix, we know about this. We're sharing this with you, but not only that, we're bringing you through the experience of combating just that, combating that subconscious, because when you turn that you turn that phone to you, it's the subconscious mind, your ego saying, oh, no, you're not good enough to go on that camera. Just like you're not good enough to hold money. Just like you weren't good enough when you started riding a bike, you kept falling off. Were you the kid that maybe you were laughed at when you were learning that? Well, did you know that if you were laughed at while learning how to ride a bike, that your subconscious mind laughs at you every single time you go to do something, to the point where you don't even know why you're stopping yourself? We're here to combat all those fears, combat all those programming, combat all that subconscious.
Guys, there's a ton of stuff we're going to be covering tonight. So we're out here in Oregon. We're on the West Coast by the beach. And honestly, it wasn't always like we're out, being able to do that stuff where we can be out here on the beach and go there and go here. But we've been actually able to do that for the last year. And we've been able to step into our personal power in the last couple of years. And even more so each and every day as you grow, as you witness that life is a growing process, you are then respectful for every day that comes, because every day is just the next step. And honestly, it's a chance for you to recreate yourself and be a better version of you. So, we're here doing this because we are truly passionate about video. We've picked up some skills over the last little while, and we've always had passion for photography, for video, and just really being able to express things through video and through photography. So this gives us the ability to express ourselves through video, because most of you probably remember standing behind the camera and just taking pictures and taking videos of everything else. Well, it's a big deal when you turn it on yourself, and when you do that, you're going to be challenged by yourself, by that internal you, that voice, and maybe some external voices like friends and family. But honestly, this is your true test. And when it comes down to it, there's other stuff that you have going on right now. There's other things that you've been doing where maybe family and friends have already kind of given you a little bit of crap, or really kind of like put you down, and that's okay, but it's not okay for you. And it's a must that you make a line in the sand and realize that when people are getting close to that you have no problem rejecting them from your life, from your space, or whatever it might be. If it's Facebook, we're online. We have no problem, totally that approach our boundaries and then go to cross them, and then especially if they do it multiple times. So you got to draw the line in the sand. What is it that you want? What is your fear? Because here's a list of the fears that we're getting in. People message us every day with their fears. So I want to share some with you because it's super important, and this could be you as well. So some of the fears are here. I'll actually do a little. We'll do a little screen share so you guys can see the screen. I love it. And I won't stop the broadcast. So here we are, guys. It's important because when you don't know what people are struggling with, then you cannot actually help them. You can't help them at all. So fear of not knowing what to say, that's a common fear. We had that same fear, and you still kind of have that as you're doing things. You're like, oh, what am I going to say? But then you're like, nope, forget it. I'm just going to focus. So fear of not knowing what to say, fear of what people think, fear of failure, fear of looking at your face, not saying the right thing.
I think that's what people fear the most. I think people fear not saying the right thing. Fear of not measuring up. Yeah.
Fear of technical things.
Technical skills for sure. Don't even know where the play button is.
This right here, when people get started, and below you can read about the 30-day challenge, that free 30-day bonus that we give away. People get started and they follow the challenge, they follow what we give them, but then they think they don't have any ideas. And when you think you don't have any ideas, well, you're not going to get any ideas. So if you're just open to sharing what you're passionate about, what gets you fired up, what sparks your interest, you'll have plenty of ideas. If you talk about your passions, you're good to go.
Yeah, no, I love the next two: fear of not being enough and fear of not being worthy. You know, I think for me, though, I just saw those two and it kind of hit me because I know growing up, I had the fear of not being enough, you know, not being good enough, not being worth it. And that's the next, not being worthy, you know, it goes back to like, are you able to hold that money? Are you worthy enough? You know, and I kind of remember back in the day, the big camcorders, like the big VHS tapes.
I had one of those.
Yeah, like I remember, like I wanted to play with that, and it was so big, like it was probably heavier than me. And I remember my dad saying, "You can't touch that," you know, like, no, it's just like not being enough, not being worthy to be able to hold that.
And you know what? That's something that, like, you know, we all have that. You know, where we come from. You know, who are we? Like, what is it that makes us want to do this? Well, you know, we're no different than you. We've just focused in on what we've wanted and then drew our line in the sand. So we've had the same fears before. I used to think I wasn't really smart enough to do stuff. I really didn't think that I had anything to offer. Hey, who would want to hear me talk, right? We all have that. And even looking at yourself in the phone or in your computer like we're doing here, that can be really tough for some people. Some people can be really just like, because of that, they just kind of just say, I can't do it, and you freeze up. But honestly, you can totally do this. So we've got some awesome stuff, you know, with what we're doing. You know, we're giving people the opportunity to come into something and have a complete shift, you know, spiritually, internally, externally, whatever way, you know, relationships, family relationships, friends relationships, you know, who you interact with on a daily basis. And, you know, where can you go with the strategies that we teach? What can you expect from going through 30 days of video and coming out on the other side in all areas of your life? Well, you can expect that you're going to go to work or you're going to do your business with more confidence. You can expect that you're going to get people to really start noticing you, like, what's going on with you. You're going to get recognized from leaders and from people on your social media, you know, specifically Facebook, because that's our target. But these strategies work online or offline, any social media outlet that you want to use, because what you're doing on video is the same thing that you're doing in person. And when you get good at talking, you can go out there and you can go get a promotion. You can set your goals a little higher now, because now you believe in yourself. You have that different edge, because when you go through this, you transform completely. You know, we have so many people that we highlight on our calls, and it's just amazing to hear where they're coming from and where they're going now. It's like total just whoop, turned it right around.
You know, and I love what you were saying, like, because, you know, what people could expect. I want to add a few things. You know, what are some of the other things you can expect when you take on free 30 days of doing video consistently with the group, with the chat, with support, with love, being cared for, feeling like a family? What can you expect? Well, like Mike said, you can expect what you just said. You can expect people reaching out to you.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
my goodness.
Like, you know, like expect, you know, you talked about family, expect things to change, you know, expect new friends to come in your life and expect old friends to leave. Because sometimes when the new you is evolving, these things happen. Chloe? So these things happen, like as you're evolving, and this is part of what happens. You know, if two trees are growing next to each other, they're going to grow, and they're going to grow along the whole entire time. But what's going to happen? One tree could get more sun. One tree could get more sun and start growing higher and higher. And then what happens, like, you know, if you didn't grow alongside, you know, you're kind of stuck in the shade. And that's what's happening here. And that's what's going to happen perhaps to you, because
yeah, exactly. Right. Chloe. Good. Yeah. Hey.
I know, Chloe. I know.
She's like, I want to talk.
You know, we want you to know to expect these things. Chloe wants you to know to expect these things to happen. Expect all of a sudden, like, someone to reach out to you to hear, because they heard a part of your story. Expect them to reach out and say, thank you for sharing that. I've been going through that too. Or I thought I was alone. Expect people to see you as authority and as the leader, and expect people to see you as the person that's going to help them with what they've got going on. If they're resonating with you, then they're looking for something more. You can expect to make new friends here, because, you know, we just said that some of your friends might leave. You know, one of the I believe it was Omar, said he came into this video challenge. He completed 90 days. He goes, you know what? I lost 15 friends And I was kind of bummed out about it. But then I had to look at with new perspective, with newfound eyes. And he goes, you know what? I made 47 new friends. I lost 15, made 47. I cannot focus on my losses. I can only focus on my gains and know that life is giving me gains when I'm moving forward, building momentum, going out of my comfort zone, breaking past your fear. Because it's when you break past that fear, like I was telling you, it's only then that your subconscious is saying, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, you can't do videos. You can't do videos. Do videos. And you're like, no, I'm doing videos. And it's like a wrestling match with you and your ego. And all of a sudden you're on day 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 30, 30. You win. You win. You just created a new you. You know why? Because you, first of all, took the first step to blast past your fear by saying, yes, I am going to start the 30-day video challenge. I am going to go alongside and join people who are just like me. And I'm going to find out how they're like me because I'm going to listen and I'm going to hear their stories and I'm going to know I'm not alone. We're here to tell you that all those things are true. And if they're not true, then you can come back and personally tell us that how unhappy and how untrue what we said to you was, because I don't think we'll ever see the day.
So when it comes down to it, we want to kind of break into a little strategy here, because when you really think about it, how do you do it? How do you do these things? You might be sitting there thinking, oh, there's so many moving parts. I'm not technical, this and that, whatever it may be, whatever you think is holding you back, just set it aside for right now. Because honestly, what we do here is we make things simple. We're not out here with high-tech cameras doing things that, are going to cost you extra money or having you go out investing in all this equipment and stuff. We keep it very simple. Heck, we even make one of our promotion videos for people's responses about the challenge. We actually just made that with our phone and the computer screen. Why? Because we want you to be able to do the same thing so that you don't have to go and like download all this different stuff and do all this different stuff, where you can just be you. Show yourself, hey, I'm human, I'm recording, I'm using technology, I'm getting this information out there. And you know what? That gets you started. That gets the wheels turning. So what we do is implement the simplest of strategies, because we want the new person, you, and even the seasoned person to come and be able to have results using video. Have a breakthrough first, because it has to happen personally, and then start to go apply things in your business. Go start to apply things on social media, and then out there in the public when you start to get that feeling. So, the feeling of power, confidence, because that's what happens. It's not power like you're in control of everything, but power like I have a powerful voice. I can move forward with my voice. It's all about your voice, because you can't do anything without your voice. So, well, that's not true, but you know what I mean. You can't express your message to your fullest capacity without digging down into who you truly are. Mm-hmm. And if you have to communicate with your voice or hands or whatever it may be, that helps too. So digging down in, getting charge of who you are, and taking it to the next level. So what are some of the strategies? If you're just getting new to video, and if you're just getting into the video group, June 11th coming up. It's a Sunday, this Sunday. That's when we're kicking it off. The next cycle for the 30 days. So it's Blast Past Fear, the 30-day cycle, which is just like out of this world. It's a $9.97 value. So what are you going to do? How are you going to do this? What's it going to take? And honestly, it's going to take you to just get the question each day. Whenever you're getting ready to do your video, 10 minutes before, read the question, relax. Don't get all overexcited or anything. Just read it and let it sink in. Let your mind think about it, right? Go do something else or do whatever you got to do for the next 10, 15 minutes. Think about it as you're doing stuff. And then as you're doing stuff, 3 things are going to come to your mind. 3 bullet points about whatever the topic is. Doesn't matter. You're then going to go write down the 3 bullet points on a sheet of paper. And right before you start your video, you're going to read the question to yourself. Take a couple deep breaths, look at your bullet points, visualize yourself going through and reaching all the people you want to reach now and in the future, because video is around forever. And you know what? It's going to be there forever. So the video you record today right now, it could be out there 10 years from now making even bigger of an impact. So sit there, visualize those few things, and say, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about. I've got this. Start the camera, start the live or recording, whatever you're doing, and go right into it. Start with a greeting, a welcome. Who are you? Where are you from? what's happening in your world that day that you can share. You know, sometimes we're here camping, and if it's rainy, we'll say, oh, it's just kind of a rainy day, but we're doing this or that. You know, share a little bit of your life, and then go into your bullet points. Now you don't have to repeat the question from the day.
You can share the topic.
You can share the topic, but it's going to be posted in your comments, so you don't have to go into reading it out loud if you don't want to. You can just go out there and do it, and then boom, you go over your 3 bullet points and you end it with a calm, casual, let me know what you think about what you saw here. I would love your comments below, because what we're doing here is we're promoting engagement. So if you're not telling people watching your video what to do next,
Right.
and it's not telling them, oh, you better do this, but you're guiding them. You know what I mean? You're giving them value of your story, of being connected. Hey, what's next? Well, you can comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback, or you could do this or that or whatever it may be. In the video challenge, we just promote you engaging with your audience. When you pull it into your business life, then you can start directing people to your other stuff that you have going on. But that's stuff that we teach later. The first 30 days is really about you getting to that space where you're really, really deeply are. And that's what we do. And some people have had that experience within a few days. Some have had it like in 30 days. And, you know, it varies. But all that matters is that everybody can come in here and have some kind of tweak or transformation using simple strategies to do video. And then what happens? Well, you become so great that you just go on to whatever level you want. If you want to go do live webcasts for your business, you can do that. If you want to go do meetings outside, you know, if you want to put on your own events, you can stand on. This is going to allow you to stand on stage. I'm going to pass it to you because I've been talking for a little bit.
Yeah, no,
I'm really fired up. I just think we have something really exciting here.
We do, because, you know, we do. We as in all of us. And, you know, it's really taken a lot of work to get where we are. And when you, like Mike was saying, like getting to that core of your heart, when you get to that core and you can kind of just drop the ego, like surrender your pride, drop the ego, because that's what happens. You become vulnerable. You can become transparent, and you may even cry. You know, we didn't expect to say, I mean, we didn't tell you to expect that you may need to break out the tissues, because when you're going through a transformation, tissues are always required. At least that's what we think. That's what we've experienced. And, you know, you're going to, all of a sudden, there's going to be times where you go to turn on that camera and you're like, yeah, I got this question. And then you get in the flow and you're talking. I've done this before. And all of a sudden you're like, I didn't know I felt this way. All of a sudden you're in the middle of your video, and that can happen. And when that happens, and if that moment happens, not only are you supported, loved, and cared for by the viewers who are watching you, whether they're in the group or not, but something changes in you in that very moment. Something with your own vulnerability shifts and takes you to that next level. And the things that happen to you, oh my goodness, the things that happen in this video challenge, we could sit here all night and tell you the amazing things that have happened. But, you know, just to kind of, let's go back and forth. I'll throw a few things out there. So we have one person, you know, we don't have to give names. We have someone who was in therapy and, you know, literally fast-tracked therapy by years and years of her life, from being in the darkness to after 90 days of video. I mean, she blossomed in 30, but I'm telling you, in 90 she really transformed completely, to the point where now she's planning her life. She's sharing her story, a story she was never going to tell. But guess what she's doing 90 days later? Helping the very people who she once was. And that's where we want to get other people.
Yeah, we've had someone else also, you know, step into his power where, you know, he was putting things off, like year after year, month after month, things were being put off. And, you know, he was able to step into his power, make some new connections, and really develop a different kind of confidence, to where he actually went out there and did a 5K marathon and like stepped into it because of his transformation. You know, not solely because of this, but because when you're just thinking differently, you start to look at things differently. You know, you yourself start to change and see things differently. And then he goes on to quit his job or career path, quit that completely, and move on to do something else that he never thought he would have the know-how or experience or qualifications to do. So that's the kind of power you develop, to go out there and be like, you know what, I'm going here because that's what I want.
You know, and then we actually had someone else who joined, who was looking to have a voice, saw other people doing it and said, I want to be part of this movement of sharing my voice. I'm scared, I'm nervous, but I'm going to get out there. Gets out there, shares his voice, and in his in his sharing, he talks about loss of love and having a place where he's scared to love again. And it was, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it was about love and loss of love, and what happens after within 60 days, finds love because he turned the thinking around, he turned his being around, he switched the subconscious brain, and next thing you know, we've got two people in the challenge that are not only fallen in love, but they're moving in together, have moved in together, and are now on that road. I mean,
life path together.
This is like huge. Like, what else? Let's pull a few more things out. Let's throw a few more things out. Let's a couple stories that impacted you.
We interviewed two sisters, Lisa and Kelly, and honestly, it's like when you see people that are, they're on a personal development path together, and that's their vision, to do it together, because they are sisters for one, and they both have a very similar vision. Different visions, but they want to do what they want to do together. And they were able to come in here, and within like the first 2 weeks, they were able to step into a different power where they're like, we're writing a book because of this experience. We've both spent like $7,000 on personal development and trainings and stuff like that, and we haven't gotten nearly that kind of value that we've gotten here for free. So you go and spend $7,000 for something, don't get the value you're expecting, and then you find something for free. Group, just stay plugged in and take action by doing videos, and you have a breakthrough. So it's all free. It's a $9.97 experience for free that can actually change you. And if you want to just use that period as your time to just blast through whatever you got to do and go to the next level, you can. If you want to do that to 10x what you're doing, that's great. And then if you want to do it to 10x your income, there's also strategies and things we're building into this process as well. We're working with so many amazing people, and so many amazing people coming into this that create so many different things because of it. We are all on such an awesome vibe, and I'm blown away, man. I am just super pumped up.
I'm excited, and I'm thinking maybe we should do a little story time of
what you got.
Because we might have some new viewers on here, and you might
Definitely
want to know, you're hearing about the free 30 days. We want you to know that that's such a huge piece to what we do. But there's more to what we do. There's actually a lot more to what we do, and there's a lot more that we have to give and that we're bringing to all of this. So kind of just to go back and share with you how Mike and I got to where we are. And it started, let's say we'll go back only just a couple of years ago, where we were on our honeymoon and we had 2 weeks off of vacation. And I'll never forget, like, it was a big deal for both of us to get 2 weeks off of, hey, can we get, we're going to get married. We really want a 2 week honeymoon. And, my boss said to me at the time, he said, I don't normally do this, but since you're getting married, I figured it's okay. And it was like, hey, thanks, that's great. And Mike had the same thing. Like, it was our honeymoon, and then like last minute, like something happened. Like, do you know what, Mike and I, so we got married on a Saturday. We both showed up to work on Monday because of silly things. But really it was just like that. We went to work on the Monday after our honeymoon, and then we left that night. Like Tuesday morning, we were off for 2 weeks. And it was that Monday after the honeymoon, and I mean, after the wedding, and then the honeymoon after. It was like that the boss is right here, the wedding, the boss is like, why the hell are we doing this? And let's go do this. And this is really what we want. And we're on the road, and we had like 2 weeks. We started off in Vegas. We drove all the way up through California, Nevada. Had just like the most amazing time together, naturally, as it would be our honeymoon. And we said to ourselves, this is what life is about. Like, we're so in love. Our wedding was phenomenal and so magical that why do we have to go back home? And really, let's talk about this. What are we working for? Let's break down the amount of hours that we're working. What are we spending it on? How are we living our lives? And are we really working for the new car and for the gas that fills in? Are we really working for all the high insurance from where we come from to drive it? Like, that was one vehicle. And then you add 2 vehicles, and then you add your recreational vehicles. Those are just cars. And when we broke it down, we said, you know what? I'd rather be alone. I'd rather have this with you in the open road than have all that back at home. It was just really where we were at in time. And we said, how can we be together forever? Like, you might ask yourself on your honeymoon the same thing, or maybe you're asking yourself that now because you just don't want to be where you are. Or maybe you just want to be home with your spouse because maybe you have to leave all day, or your spouse is home, or or vice versa. Maybe our spouse works overseas. I don't know. All I know is that I know that we wanted to be together. I know that parents want to be home with their children. We just knew what we wanted. And so we put out to the universe, how can we do that? And it was only like 2 months later that Mike says, hey, I found this online opportunity, and I'm really loving the vibe, like what we're going to do with this. Like, it really resonates with how we've been growing and developing. And so Mike takes on an online business I know nothing about. He knows nothing about, but all I saw was Mike getting up early every single day. He had to be at work for 7, and he was up at 4. And he was staying up late at night, and I didn't know what he was doing. I've never seen this kind of activity coming from him, or it was just a newfound inspiration, like many of you found. Like, if you're watching this right now and you're part of the online world, the online industry, you found that in an inspiration in the products that you have. You found a product with an opportunity, or you found a product that you love, whatever that may be. You found it, and then you found your dream to be able to sell it, to create it, to have it, make it yours, and then create a life and an income that you want. That's what we wanted. That's why we got online, for the dream. So, but
absolutely.
And I want to kind of talk, and then video came in, but that's go ahead. I don't know if you want to.
I was just going to say that, with video, with the online space, a lot of people have either heard about making money online, having something that they could do something online, a business, affiliate marketing. There's so many different opportunities out there, and you might have been burned by them, or maybe you were like us, where you got in, you had some success, you had some great success going, and then something happened where it just didn't align with you anymore, and it just kind of ended up being something that like drained your pocket and really put you in a space where you don't know what to do, and you could be burned by that. And that's where, go ahead. Did you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
That's where we came from, where we're just like, hey, what can we do? We want to do something in our own space where we can actually be able to create an income and do something online and really transform not only our lives, but the lives of others. So we were able to actually find something where, through the power of video, through the power of finding the passions that we both had inside of us, we were able to step into that power and use the power of video to create a fantastic following on social media, which is always growing, always something you got to work on. If you stop, it goes away. If you keep working on it and be consistent, it grows. So we built that. We've put our faces out there. We're able to connect with people every day. We're able to have people watch our videos and watch our content without even knowing who's watching it, without even knowing who's getting breakthrough. Grateful and enough, and from a standpoint where we're able to see messages come in. Not everybody sends messages, so you don't know, but that's the beauty of it. You move forward with your passion, and you go out there and you put it out there for the world to see. And you know what? When you build bridges like that, things start coming back to you, and that's just all part of the process. It's all a big turning cycle, and yeah,
it's a big turning cycle for sure. And I was really at the point where we talked about getting into that online space and having an understanding but knowing nothing. You remember that, like wanting to know all of it.
Drinking from a fire hose.
Like, you want to know all of it because you're eager to learn and you're eager to grow. Like, and here, like Mike says, we really simplify that. We realize when we go to these events, and when we realize what the online world was about, what you need to do in order to succeed, we realized it was a lot. It was a lot of personal development. It was a lot of personal development to get where we are. But we also realized that personal development journey is for everybody, that in order to succeed with anything that you want to build upon, whether it is your job, whether it is the online world, what is a business, you've got to continue to grow. You've got to do that personally, because you're dealing with people all the time. No matter where you are, you're dealing with people.
Absolutely. So, being on video and using simple strategies to connect and grow, it's the best way to connect and grow. And it's the best way for you to build your business, where you can actually have something where people can see you as a leader. People can see you as someone who provides value to the marketplace. We get on these calls every week. We do other calls too, and we do other stuff online. And it's just like, that's what you have to do. If you want to really start to build something, you have to hustle. You have to be motivated and implement the right strategies. You know, we always talk about having a formula, having those stepping stones across the river. And, you know, some people like to just kind of step off in different ways and not stay on the track. So what we've done is put together a track. You know, we all do it. We all sometimes get lost a little bit, but having that track to come back to and being like, hey, I know this is what I need to do, and being able to do it is what everybody needs. You know, a paint by numbers thing, something where people can see, I got to do this, got to do this, got to do this, and then boom, you have a result. And when you keep doing it, things happen just magically, naturally. They get easier and easier, and you're able to take steps and leaps into areas that you never thought you could. So, you know, I'm pumped up. I don't know where we're going. I kind of got just like little like woo.
Yeah, well, you know, like we're excited, you know, and I was really loving the story I was telling, because I tell long stories, guys. If you haven't noticed, I do, because it's all right. Because first of all, stories can be long. Sometimes your ideas are just meant to be explained and explored. And really, we've done all the explaining, we've done all the exploring. We know what we have here for people. What are you getting ready over here? You getting something ready?
Oh, me? No.
Oh, I don't know if you're showing this.
No, not just yet.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. You're saying. I just sidetracked you. I'm sorry.
I don't do well when you do that.
I'm sorry, guys. Thanks for bearing with us. But seriously, you know, I'm just gonna jump over because, right? You're on this page right now. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the comments. Thank you. And basically, if you're watching this for the first time, you know, you're gonna be seeing this page, and you might be like, what's all this information? You know, take this information in and check it out, because honestly, it's what you're going to be able to do. It's the people who are standing right where you are right now. You know, they stood right where you are right now. You know, where you might be, what do I do next? How do I have that breakthrough? How do I step it up? You know, what do I do? And, you know, the people that have shared their testimonies with us and have been through this, they're all taking action in different ways now. And, you know, when you go through this, I will play that video in 1 second. When you go through this page and see all this stuff that people are having issues with when it comes to video, and then you realize how simple it is to just overcome that, you're going to be blown away. You're going to be like, I can't believe it was that easy. So read through this, check out the information, and at the bottom, join the Facebook group. If you haven't gotten started in the Facebook group, just click the button, get in there. We'll approve you. There's 3 questions that we ask just to keep everything on pace with what we're doing, and to get you in that state where, you know, you're coming into something that you can totally expect to have a breakthrough. So let's put the intention forward. What is it that you want to achieve? What fear do you want to turn into power? So, you know, this is a $9.97 value. There's no joke. There's a whole back office vault of training that's being brought into this. That's just about completed, ready for you guys to go, and all that good stuff. So check out this page, join the Facebook group, and I'm going to show you real quick. We'll show you just a video of what people have been thinking and what people have been experiencing with this challenge, not only in their personal lives, but in every aspect as well. So let's jump into that.
When I started this challenge, it was about me wanting to get back into doing videos, and the best way I knew how was to gather, you know, to go and find a video group. I'm like, all right, let me look around to see what there is for video groups, and to be honest, there's not very much, none that really interested me anyway. And so I decided, hey, you know what? Talk to Mike. I'm like, listen, if I run this challenge, will you do this with me? Will you do videos with me? I'm gonna put it out there. And you know, a beautiful group of people came together just like that in a week. In 1 week, 95 people came together to set on a journey of being challenged, of being committed, of being consistent, and to putting out something daily.
And you talk about stuff that I'm not making up the topics. A lot of people think that, you know, for 30 days I'm making up a topic of my own. Each one of these days, we are directed for 30 days to talk on a topic. Most of them have been really, really challenge
This is all about being who we are and sharing. I truly believe that we all have something to share.
how it's impacted me is one, I had to commit to something to do every day for 30 days. Ears are more open now. I think that's the secret of achieving anything in life, when you actually pay attention.
That this challenge has been awesome. You know, I think 99% of people have a hard time with video.
And to be honest with you, with every single video that I have recorded, I have been having a breakthrough.
It's the best way, other than person to person, to connect with people one-on-one, is through a video.
In spite of my imperfect voice and ability to talk properly at times, I would recommend people do this because it's challenging and it's something to do every day, and this can happen.
So if doing video is something that you want to pursue, if learning how to share your stories more authentically through Facebook and through video is something you want to do, I highly encourage this challenge.
You're going to have something big happen in your life. And I can promise you right now, if you're watching this, that if you get involved with this challenge, you will have a shift in your life. You will have a next level in your life. You will have an edge, because video is a movement. And this is a video movement that we're putting
It's been an absolute blessing to all come together and support each other and be here for each other and, you know, do this together.
In life, you're looking at yourself. So you are telling yourself your story. And so if you can't face yourself, like, how are you going to face anybody else?
It's great because it has helped me to become very comfortable in front of this camera.
If you want to move forward to wherever you want to go into your life, in your business, in personal life, you want to better yourself, you want to become a better person. Like me, I want to become a better mother, I want to become a better business person, owner, like a better, just becoming a better person. I would really suggest you to join
Facebook. No, sorry, the 30-day live. Hold on a second. I'm tired. Can you tell? 30-day video
To see some people how they have never done a video, and then we're almost at 30 days. So after almost at 30 days, they're just like beautiful, like wow, how they have grown and feel so confident. I think that's really cool.
Great talking to you guys. It's been great getting to know you. If you're getting to know me, just doing this, I would recommend it to you if you just want to connect with other people. And I have discovered, hey, I love connecting with other people. It's pretty fun.
It's absolutely impacted my life, and I'd say I absolutely recommend to others that can help you to improve within your communication skills, and really that can also help you to improve in really putting yourself in a position where you can begin to get out of your
just share my story straight from the heart. It doesn't matter what it is, but I just got a lot more confidence because of this.
It is something that I would highly recommend, and it is a very safe place to actually build your confidence and build your presence.
You get breakthroughs on doing video when you think you would.
To have this opportunity at a young age to really create a future for yourself and your loved ones and your family, this is an amazing opportunity. But to really get in there and share a personal story was tougher, and so I really appreciate being pushed out of my comfort zone in that way. So just a huge shout out to all of you guys, all of us, for just sticking this out for the 30 days.
I've learned more about people in 30 days than I have learned about people in 10 years.
There you have it, folks. That video gets me every time. I love that. So, I mean, you can watch everything. You can watch that again on this page. You can check out all the information here. And, what else do we do? Well, we also have our Facebook group, Fear into Power with Video. And then we have your 30-day group. So everything's going to be posted in this Fear into Power group. If if you're brand new and you just got added to this group, just hang tight. Everything's going to be posted here. Just make sure you're checking this group. You know, we've been adding a ton of people to it lately, so just make sure you're checking this every hour. And what we have here is just our Facebook group. You know, you can come in here, welcome people, stay in tune with what we're doing. We put some personal development stuff in there. We put all of our information about what's going on. You know, the next challenge is starting this Sunday, June 11th. So keep that in mind. There's one thing I wanted to also share with you, that if you've just become a member of this group, you'll actually be able to grab this for free, this product right here, Fast Track Leads. This is a $4.97 value. We're giving away for free. So if you come into this group and you actually invite 10 qualified people into this group, you're going to be qualified for this product, which is hours of awesome Facebook social media training. You can check out this post when you get in there. But basically all you have to do is send me a direct message. You can connect with me right here on Facebook and send me a message with the 10 names, and we will gladly give you this training for free. That is your gift for this contest. So we're going to kind of keep track of all the people that do that, and then we're going to build out another contest for the people who actually participate in this. So as of right now, this started a couple days ago, so it's open. So if you're seeing this video and you just got started in our chat, sorry, I'm just changing screens back. If you just got started in our Facebook, excuse me, if you just got started in our group, go ahead, review that, and then find people that are interested in video, send them here. If you're on this page, you can actually share this page with your friends. All it does is it leads right into the Facebook group and just shows obviously what you see. So it's a great tool for you to use to invite people to this process, because as you see the breakthroughs, like that's what we want. We want people to have breakthroughs. Yes. And we want people to be able to make money and do their passions full time. So that's kind of another story, and we'll be breaking into that stuff later on. The most important thing for you to do, though, is click below to join the Facebook group, get access, add 10 qualified people, get your free training so you can actually go and implement strategies the day you learn from that training on Facebook, on other social medias, how to actually get more engagement. What little strategies can you use there every day that are going to attract your kind of people? So that's what we want to give to you guys, and we want to thank you for being here. Do you have anything you want to say before we close it out?
No, you know, I just have to say that video just does it for me. I sit there, I listen, I'm like, you know, I got to get everybody else. You know, there's so many more people that went through this that I'm like, you know what, I'm just excited to continue on that. And not only that, I'm really excited for the people that take advantage of what you were just talking about, the fast track leads. Take advantage of asking your friends and asking your family to join along with you. We've had some great family experiences here. We've had twin brothers. We've had the sisters. We've had brothers and cousins. Yeah, cousins. We've had brothers. Yeah, mother, daughter. Like we actually had a mother, daughter, and father. You know, amazing things have happened. And because of that, relationships between those people change, and they change forever. You know, if you think you knew your sister before, I invite you to challenge your sister or your brother to join you on this, because I guarantee you don't know half the stuff about them that you thought you did, or you never knew their heart the way you will here, because that's what we do here. We learn about your heart, we hear your story, and then we grow along with you. And that's what Mike and I are here to do, to grow along and grow old with you, you know. And that's, I like that, you know, that song, grow old with you.
Partnerships for life, and that's what we're building here. You know, the people that have had such amazing
wanna grow,
that's from The Wedding Singer.
It's such a good song.
But the people that have had breakthroughs in here have literally just been, you know, people that we've connected with big time. You know,
I personally had my own breakthroughs,
yeah,
you know, lots
but no,
of them actually.
I'm saying, like, people, like, we've met some amazing people because of this process, and the people as well have met amazing people. So
friends
it's
for life here.
It's totally a huge networking thing, where you're coming into having a personal development breakthrough. You got all the tools, you got all the strategies, and then you have the community of people. And I personally think that that's one of the biggest things that we have, are the chats, the community, and the support to keep everybody together to build. Of course, absolutely. I mean, skills and strategies are all easy things to do, but when you bring people together and connect, like, that's how you start building bridges, relationships, networks, and that's how you take your life to the next level, no matter what you're doing. So our strategies here, what we do, actually benefits anyone in any business. Even if you're not in the business, what we have here, you can transform your life using the power of video.
And, you know, I just want to kind of end it on my piece here with, there's a lot happening. You know, this is 30 days is the beginning of perhaps the experience you may want to go along with. You don't have to. It's kind of like it's just there. It's there for you to have that transformation and to grow, because we guarantee that you will. But now we've had people just going forward, completing the 90 days. And then right now, starting June 11th, we have the next 90 days. So just when you thought video might never end, you know, or might come to an end, we've now are in the process of creating the next phase of, you know, because we realized that when the 90 days was over, this is true, everyone would freak out, like, can you go to 120, Michelle? Can we do 160? Like, what's next? What's next? What's next? So, you know, finally, it's been a little while. We've had a lot going on, but it's here. It's here. It's here now, and we're ready to step forward. Both Mike and I, you're going to be seeing more of us in video, back at it, bringing something new, bringing the new version of us to you. And also, the opportunity is there for everybody who completed the 90 days. All the details are in the Facebook Fear into the Power with video group. Go check that out. But become part of what we're doing on June 11th. It's called, are you ready for this? Should we reveal the name? Because we're excited. And it's called The New Evolution of You. Because what happens after you complete 90 days of the video evolution in the video matrix, you now have this new evolution of you. There's this new you. After 90 days, there is a new you. Mike and I are here. The video matrix is here to just bring you to that other side of you. There's more sides to you than you are even aware of. More sides to us than we're ever aware of. And if we're not continuing to grow and learn, then what are we doing?
I think that is the exact spot where we will end this broadcast, because honestly, that was beautiful. So we hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Go ahead, throw your fear over the wall and turn it into power. All you have to do is click below, get access to the Facebook group, stay in tune to that group for June 11th. You know, mark it on your calendar, because that's where we're rolling it out for people who are just getting started with Blast Past Fear, the 30-day experience of a lifetime. We will see you on the next one. Thank you for being here.